Distinguished guests, the national anthem of Japan, followed by the national anthem of the United States. Distinguished guests, please be seated. Mr. President, this concludes the honors. Distinguished guests, the President of the United States.
Mr. Prime Minister, Ms. Kishida, welcome, 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 welcome. On behalf of Jill and me, the Vice President and Second Gentleman, and all the American people, welcome to the White House. "64 years ago, our two nations signed a treaty of mutual cooperation and security. President Eisenhower said its goal was to establish an indestructible partnership between our countries. Today, the world can see that goal has been achieved, and that partnership between us is unbreakable." The alliance between Japan and the United States is the cornerstone of peace, security, prosperity in the Indo-Pacific and around the world. Ours is truly a global partnership. For that, Mr. Prime Minister Kishida, I thank you. The Prime Minister is a visionary and courageous leader. When Russia began its brutal invasion of Ukraine 2 years ago, he did not hesitate to condemn, sanction, and isolate Russia and provide billions in assistance to Ukraine. Under his leadership, Japan set in motion profound changes in its defense policies and its capabilities. Now our two countries are building a stronger defense partnership and a stronger Indo-Pacific than ever before. As president of the G7 last year, the Prime Minister rallied Japan's partners to take action on nuclear disarmament, global poverty, economic resilience, and other critical issues that shape peace, security, and opportunity for billions of people around the world. And last year, the Prime Minister took one of the boldest steps yet when he and President Yoon of the Republic of Korea decided to heal old wounds and start a new chapter of friendship. Our historic summit that I hosted at Camp David marked the start of an entirely new era, infused with hope, shared values, and focused relentlessly forward. Because these leaders know that the divisions that defined us in the past do not need to define us in the future. That has also been the story of Japan and the United States. Just a few generations ago, our two nations were blocked in a devastating conflict. It would have been easy to say we remain adversaries. Instead, we made a far better choice. We became the closest of friends. Today, our economic relationship is one of the strongest and deepest in the world. Our democracies are beacons of freedom, shining across the globe. And the ties of friendship, family, connect the Japanese and American people as a source of joy, meaning, and meaning for millions, millions of our people. Japanese Americans have made historic contributions across American life for generations. And that includes my mentor and one of my closest friends ever in the United States Senate, Senator Daniel Inouye, a decorated war hero, a U.S. Senator for nearly 50 years, and a recipient of the Medal of Honor. Yesterday, Prime Minister laid a wreath at the National Japanese American Memorial in honor of Danny Inouye's 100th birthday, something I truly appreciate you having done. Mr. Prime Minister, you and I have been entrusted with protecting and advancing the monumental alliance between our two great democracies. Together, we made it closer, stronger, and more effective than ever before in history. I thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for your partnership, your leadership, and your personal friendship.
その関係をかつてないほど深く、強く、効果的なものに作り上げてきました。総理のパートナーシップ、リーダーシップ、友情に感謝しています。
Let me end with this. It's spring in Washington. The sun is shining. And every spring, cherry blossoms bloom across this city, thanks to a gift from Japan of 3,000 cherry trees over a century ago. People travel all over our country and the world to see these magnificent blossoms.
最後になりますが、ワシントンには今、春が訪れています。毎年、ワシントンでは春になると、100年以上前に日本から送られた3000本以上もの桜が街中で芽を咲かせます。アメリカ全土並びに世界各国から多くの人々がその見事な桜を見ようとここに足を運びます。
Last night, Prime Minister Mr. Kishida, Jill and I took a stroll down the driveway across the lawn here at the White House to visit 3 cherry blossom trees. One that Jill and Mr. Kishida planted together a year ago. The other 2 are among the 250 new trees that Japan is giving the United States to honor our 250th birthday 2 years from now. They'll be planted at the tidal basin, not far from the Martin Luther King Memorial. And like our friendship, these trees are timeless, inspiring, and thriving.
昨夜、岸田総理と総理夫人、ジル、そして私はここホワイトハウスの庭で3本の桜の木を鑑賞しました。その1本は昨年ジルと岸田夫人が植えられたものであり、他の2本は今から2年後にアメリカの建国250周年を記念し、日本から贈られる250本の桜を代表しています。これらはキング牧師記念碑からさほど遠くないタイドルベイスンに植えられることとなります。これらの桜は私たちの友情と同じく時を超え、感動を絶え、咲き誇ることではありましょう。
May God bless the Japanese and American people. May God protect our troops. Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Kishida, welcome back to the White House.
日本とアメリカの人々、アメリカ軍に神のご加護がありますように。総理、
The floor is yours.
解放を歓迎します。
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prime Minister. The trouble is, we're becoming real friends. Please. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, the Prime Minister of Japan.
大統領閣下、そして礼夫人、ご列席の皆様方、大統領閣下の温かい歓迎の言葉に感謝を申し上げます。昨年、妻の優子がジル夫人とともに植えた桜も健やかに成長しており、大変嬉しく思います。
Mr. President, Dr. Biden, distinguished guests, I thank President Biden for the warm words of welcome. I'm very pleased to see that the cherry trees that my wife Yuko planted with Dr. Biden last year is growing beautifully.
ポトマック河畔の桜は日米友好の象徴です。この日本生まれの桜は110年の歳月を超えて毎年この町に訪れる春を伝えています。地元住民の皆様がこの桜を愛し、そして守ってくださったように、日米関係もまたお互いの国を愛する多くの方々に支えられ、大切に育てられてきました。
The cherry trees along the Potomac River are a symbol of the friendship between Japan and the United States. These Japanese-born cherry trees have been sounding the arrival of spring to the city every year for over 110 years. Just as the local residents have cherished and protected these cherry trees, the Japan-U.S. relationship has been supported and nurtured by many people who love each other's country.
日米関係の発展は両国の 歴史的な協力の賜物です。首脳間の信頼関係と政府間の協力とともに、さまざまな分野における多数の人々の交流が二国間の友好を形作ってきました。
The development of the Japan-US relationship is the fruit of the historical cooperation between the two countries, along with the trust between the leaders and cooperation between our governments. Numerous people-to-people exchanges in ranging fields have shaped the friendships between our countries.
共通の価値とコミットメントにより結びついた両国の協力は今やグローバルなものとなり、同時に宇宙から深海までをカバーする広さとそして深さを兼ね備えたものとなりました。
The cooperation between our countries, bound together by common values and commitments, has become a global one with a scope and depth covering outer space and the deep sea.
今、世界はこれまで以上に多くの課題と困難に直面をしています。日本はグローバルなパートナーとして米国の友人と手を携え、10年後、そして100年後の世界の在り方を見据え、両国の関係を不断に発展させながら、共にインド太平洋地域、そして世界の課題解決の先頭に立ちます。
Today, the world faces more challenges and difficulties than ever before. As a global partner, Japan will join hands with our American friends, and together we will lead the way in tackling the challenges of the Indo-Pacific region and the world, while tirelessly developing the relationship between our countries with a view to the world 10 and even 100 years from now.
この地の桜、ソメイヨシノの寿命は我が国で約60年と言われてきました。しかし桜森の手により100年を超え、衰えず美しく咲き誇る強い生命力を見せています。
It is said that the Somei Yoshino, which are the cherry trees planted in this area, have a lifespan of about 60 years. However, thanks to the efforts of the cherry tree guardians, the trees have shown their strong vitality, blooming beautifully for more than 100 years without waning.
その一部が植え替えられると聞き、先ほどバイデン大統領からも述べていただきました通り、近く迎えられる帰国の建国250周年を記念し、250本の桜を新たに日本からお送りすることを決めました。
When I heard that some of the trees would be replaced, as President Biden mentioned earlier, I decided to send 250 new cherry trees to commemorate the upcoming 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States.
日米の友好は両国の人々の友情と尊敬、そして信頼を糧にさらに発展し、世界に咲き誇っていくことでしょう。日米同盟という桜の絆は今後もこの地で、そしてインド太平洋で、そして世界各地でさらに太く、そして強くなっていくものと確信をしています。
Between Japan and the United States will continue to grow and bloom around the world, thriving on the friendship, respect, and trust of the people of both countries. I am confident that the cherry blossom-like bond of the Japan-US alliance will continue to grow even thicker and stronger here in the Indo-Pacific and in all corners of the world.
大統領閣下、 そして夫人、ご列席の皆様、温かい歓迎とおもてなし、そして友情に重ねて御礼を申し上げます。
Dr. Biden, distinguished guests, thank you once again for your warm welcome, hospitality, and friendship.
Thank you so much.
Distinguished guests, please rise if you are able for the conclusion of the ceremony and departure of the official party.